Listen, before we start, I have to clear something up. I did not take the last energy drink from the shared fridge. No, for the record, it was definitely not me. I heard a can pop open like 10 minutes before I walked in. And anybody who knows Sam knows he never, ever restocks anything. So let's stop the detective work and get into what we actually care about. Stories. Stories are everywhere, and they change depending on who's telling them. With Vizard, you can find those angles and turn long footage into gripping short videos in minutes. Seriously, let's jump right in. For a lot of you, especially if you're stitching together multiple interviews or repurposing long live streams into snackable clips, I know the pain. It is hours of footage, a million timestamps, and zero idea where the good parts live. If you've been doing this manually, you're probably used to scrubbing through timelines and writing down timestamps like it's 2012. Good news! Vizard flips that whole workflow on its head. First up, getting your footage into Vizard is stupidly simple. Drag and drop a bunch of files into the uploader, or pull them straight from Google Drive or Dropbox, wherever you keep your raw material. Vizard accepts most common formats, transcodes behind the scenes, and starts analyzing each file as soon as it lands. While you're making coffee, Vizard is already transcribing, tagging, and reading your footage for themes. Here's the part I love. Instead of spending a day looking for connecting threads between a dozen interviews, you can literally ask Vizard to surface them. Try something like, "Hey Vizard, what are the main topics across these interviews?" And it'll give you a neat breakdown of recurring themes. It's like having an assistant who's watched every clip twice and taken notes. Alright, demo time, so let's say we want a short, punchy piece. A 3-minute story focused on a specific topic. Just tell Vizard, create a 3-minute clip about this topic, and watch what happens. In seconds, it pulls the most relevant sound bites from across interviews, orders them into a coherent narrative, and gives you a rough cut that flows. You can see which interview each snippet came from. And Vizard gives you context so the transitions feel natural. And if that first pass isn't perfect, no stress at all. You can iterate quickly by changing the pacing or shortening sound bites to just 1 or 2 sentences. Want a different emotional arc? Ask it to start with a punchy quote and build to a reflective moment. Because Vizard is working at the content level, transcripts and speaker IDs, you're changing structure, not manually dragging 10 timelines. A few practical things to make your life easier. Vizard preserves metadata and timecode. When you're ready to move into Premiere, Final Cut, or DaVinci Resolve, the handoff is clean and simple. Export an XML, drop it into your NLE alongside the original footage, and everything relinks perfectly. The timeline Vizard gives you is non-destructive, a real rough cut so you can trim or polish audio without losing any of the AI's structure. Transcript markers come with the export too, which means searching inside your editor is a breeze. What's included in the cut is marked, what's omitted is marked, little visual cues that save you hours when you polish. Now, let's talk about what actually makes Vizard different from other tools you might have tried. There's Descript, which is great for text-first editing but can get pricey and clunky on bigger projects. CapCut and in-app editors are fine for quick social clips, but they don't handle batching and scheduling across platforms. Vizard combines 3 things a creator actually needs: intelligent auto-editing, auto-scheduling, and a content calendar. In short, it doesn't just create clips, it helps you publish them on a repeatable schedule. Auto-editing viral clips is more than just a buzzword. Vizard looks for the ingredients that tend to go viral: emotion, reaction shots, punchlines, and strong hooks. You can tweak the style, and Vizard resegments and reshuffles clips accordingly. It's like having an editorial partner that knows what works on Reels, Shorts, and TikTok. Auto-schedule is the other lifesaver. Set how often you want content to go out, and Vizard will pick, queue, and publish clips based on your settings. You can approve each post or let it run on autopilot. This is huge if you're trying to build consistency without turning into a full-time scheduler. Compare that to manually exporting each clip and then juggling a separate scheduler, and it's a no-brainer. The content calendar ties it all together. Instead of a folder full of random exports, you've got a visual schedule where you can drag posts around. If you want to push a clip to Instagram with a 30-second edit and a different caption on LinkedIn, you can do that from the same workspace. That's something you won't get from editing apps that only care about the cut itself. Let me be realistic for a second, no tool is magic. If your source footage is garbage, bad audio, no context, or endless rambling, Vizard can't manufacture brilliance out of nothing. What it does do is dramatically reduce the busy work, so you can focus on direction, creativity, and the storytelling choices that actually matter. Workflow tips I've picked up: keep interviews segmented and give Vizard a few sample clips you like, so it learns your preferred tone. Also, play with the clip length settings. Sometimes 8 to 12 seconds is all you need for a short-form punch. Use the metadata and markers. Those little flags are gold when you're compiling a series or repurposing content. On the export side, yes, you can move to Premiere or Final Cut with full timecode and markers. Resolve reads FCP XMLs too, so all the major NLE workflows are covered. And if captions are your thing, Vizard exports SRTs directly, so you've got caption-ready clips for every platform. One more thing, Vizard isn't trying to replace editors, it wants to be the editor's best friend. It makes repeatable rough cuts so editors can focus on craft. For solo creators, it's a shortcut to consistency and volume without losing quality. For teams, it's the thing that keeps social managers from begging the editing team for one-off clips every morning. So what should you try first? Import a week's worth of interviews or a couple of long live streams. Ask Vizard for a handful of topic clusters, generate a 2-minute and a 30-second cut for each topic, then schedule them. Watch the calendar fill up and the engagement trickle, or not, then iterate. You'll be surprised how quickly patterns emerge and which moments actually land with your audience. At the end of the day, Vizard turns a logistical headache into a creative playground. Instead of drowning in footage, you focus on the moments that make your story matter. Give it a spin. Upload multiple interviews, prompt it to find themes, create a couple of rough cuts, and let the autoscheduler take care of the rest. You might end up discovering whole new storylines hiding in your archive. I'm Robbie, Content Community Manager, and honestly, I'm excited to see what you make. Try Vizard, play with the calendar, and I'll catch you in the next one.